in a coil can take place in different way. We have already discussed about the things, but again we will repeat this. So EMF can be induced either moving the coil or keeping the magnetic field stationary, right? So in a stationary magnetic field, if we can move our coil or rotate our coil, then in that way also the EMF can be induced because there will be rate of change of flux, or it can also be done by moving the magnetic field and keeping the coil stationary. So in both these ways, we can get the EMF induced across the coil, which is placed in a magnetic field, right? So EMF is induced by changing flux linking with a coil without moving either coil or the magnetic field system, right? This is another possibility. So that we will discuss step by step. So the first one, when we have a moving coil or the moving magnetic field, so the EMF induced by these two methods means the first one, this one, the EMF induced by any of these two methods is known as your dynamically induced EMF, right? So moving the coil and keeping the magnetic field stationary, or moving the magnetic field and keeping the coil stationary. So this type of EMF induced is known as dynamically induced EMF, right? So how it takes place, you can see through this example where we have a pair of pole, that is north pole and south pole. So there will be line of force from north towards south. So you can see that here we have a conductor, you can say, which is moving in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic flux or
हेलो
field
सर।
flux. Yes, hello.
सर ये जो फ्लक्स प्रोड्यूस करने का तरीका है कि एक तो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड को मूव करो, फिर
Hmm.
या फिर एक एक उसी को मूव कर दो, ऑब्जेक्ट को ही जो हमारा है वो उसको मूव कर दीजिए
Hmm.
सर। सर
Hmm.
दोनों से डिफरेंट रिजल्ट्स आते हैं।
Hmm. देखो, अगर रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ फ्लक्स जो है वो अगर सेम होगा, देन योर रिजल्ट विल बी सेम.
सर देन व्हाई वी यूज टू मेथड सर?
No, we don't use two methods. It is used because of the different types of machines available. जैसे कि एक एग्जांपल मैं अगर दूं, तो देखो, जैसे कि तुम्हारा डीसी मशीन है, तो डीसी मशीन में जो है, डीसी मशीन में भी आइदर ए डीसी मोटर और डीसी जनरेटर. सो इन दैट केस वी हैव ए फिक्स्ड फ्लक्स, मींस फ्लक्स जो है वो मूव नहीं करता है. फ्लक्स इज योर कांस्टेंट इन द एयर, नॉट कांस्टेंट, इट इज नॉट रिवॉल्विंग इन नेचर, दैट इज डीसी इन नेचर. ठीक है. नॉर्थ से साउथ पोल, जैसे कि ये एग्जांपल तुम कंसीडर कर सकते हो एक डीसी मशीन का, where we have two field poles. These are the two field poles on which we have north and south pole. So this is static in nature, right? डीसी का नेचर क्या होता है? डीसी जो है वो तुम्हारा टाइम वेरिंग नहीं होता है, वन थिंग. दूसरा कि वहां पे जो है सो हमें जरूरत नहीं है कि वी नीड टू मूव दिस फ्लक्स और रोटेट दिस फ्लक्स. कहाँ पे जरूरत होता है वो भी एग्जांपल मैं अभी दूंगा. पहले ये समझो, जैसे डीसी मशीन है, तो डीसी मशीन में यू हैव स्टैटिक फ्लक्स बट मूविंग कंडक्टर, बिकॉज कंडक्टर जो आर्मेचर कंडक्टर जो होता है, दैट इज प्लेस्ड इन द आर्मेचर स्लॉट्स व्हिच इज रोटेटिंग फॉर बोथ मोटर एज वेल एज जनरेटर. जैसे कि डीसी मोटर का या किसी भी मोटर का एग्जांपल हम लोग लेते हैं. सो व्हाट इज द एक्सपेक्टेड आउटपुट इन ए मोटर? एक्सपेक्टेड आउटपुट इन ए मोटर इज मैकेनिकल आउटपुट, राइट? और इनपुट जो देते हो वो इलेक्ट्रिकल इनपुट देते हो. उसी तरह से जनरेटर की अगर बात करें, तो जनरेटर में जो आउटपुट होता है वो इलेक्ट्रिक आउटपुट होता है, वोल्टेज और करंट यू गेट आइदर इन ए डीसी जनरेटर और इन एनी एसी जनरेटर, and input is mechanical. So by any means you are going to rotate your conductor in a DC machine, right? तो कंडक्टर मूव कराते हैं, बट डीसी इनपुट की वजह से योर फ्लक्स इज आल्सो स्टैटिक इन नेचर, राइट? सो इन दैट केस योर ईएमएफ इंड्यूस्ड इज नोन एज डायनेमिकली इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ. if it is used as a generator, generator के कंडक्टर के क्रॉस आर्मेचर कंडक्टर के क्रॉस जो EMF जनरेट होता है, that is your dynamically induced EMF, because conductor is rotating in the air gap between the two filled poles, right? Now second example you consider, let us consider the example of a synchronous generator, right? तो सिंक्रोनस जनरेटर का क्या प्रॉपर्टी होता है, हम लोग एक दिन डिस्कस भी किए थे कि इन केस ऑफ सिंक्रोनस जनरेटर यू हैव रोटेटिंग फील्ड पोल्स. उसका इकोनॉमिकल प्रॉपर्टी सिंक्रोनस जनरेटर का तब आता है व्हेन वी प्रोवाइड द फील्ड पोल्स ऑन द रोटर एंड द आर्मेचर कंडक्टर ऑन द स्टेटर, राइट? जस्ट अपोजिट होता है डीसी मशीन का. बोथ पॉसिबिलिटीज आर देयर, मींस फील्ड poles in case of synchronous generator can also be made as a static, but in that condition you need means more slip rings in order to isolate the rotating part and the static part of the machine. So for the time being you just understand that it is economical to have filled poles on the rotor and armature conductor on the stator in case of synchronous generators, right? रेटिंग जो चाहिए होता है वो कम होता है स्लिप रिंग्स का, राइट? सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर देयर ड्यू टू व्हिच द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ अरेंजमेंट्स आर डन फॉर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल मशीन्स, राइट? तो ये जो होता है इस तरह का ईएमएफ जो इंड्यूस होता है दैट इज डायनामिकली इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ. नाउ द आउटपुट डिपेंड्स अपॉन व्हिच पैरामीटर्स. फर्स्ट पैरामीटर इज योर अमाउंट ऑफ फ्लक्स, दैट इज स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द फ्लक्स. ये जो लाइंस है इसका स्ट्रेंथ क्या है. And another thing is that with which speed the conductor is moving or rotating, right? So both these things are going to impact your rate of change of flux, and larger will be the rate of change of flux, more will be the output, that is the induced EMF across the coil or conductor. So this is the thing. समझ में आया?
Okay sir.
Okay. So the main thing is rate of change of flux. By any means you can, if you are able to get this rate of change of flux through the conductor, you will get the desired output, right? So here suppose we have a conductor having length L. So if we consider a dx length of the conductor, then the area swept by the conductor will be LdX, right? अगर हम लोग ये मान लेते हैं कि कुछ dt टाइम में कंडक्टर जो है सो dx डिस्टेंस मूव करेगा, इतना एरिया कवर करेगा, then this will be the area swept by the conductor, right? Therefore you know that the flux cut by the conductor will be phi is equal to ba, so this will be bl dx. So now this is the total flux that will be cut by the conductor moving in this magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field or flux, right? Therefore according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the rate of change of flux will give you the induced EMF. So E is equal to d phi by dt, which will give you bl dx by dt, and hence you will get this blv, right? Where dx by dt is your velocity of the conductor, with which speed the conductor is moving. Here I will use the term moving, not rotating, because it is moving just perpendicular to the direction of the flux in the system, right? तो ये हो गया तुम्हारा dynamically induced EMF for this configuration. Now second case, suppose the same conductor in the same between the same pair of poles is now moving at an angle of suppose theta with the direction of the magnetic field. So you know this is the direction of the magnetic field from north towards south. Now here is your initial position of the conductor, and suppose it is moving in this direction, means clockwise direction at some angle theta, right? So let us consider the distance covered by the conductor in dt second is again dx. यहाँ था initial position, now it come to this position dx. So in this condition the area swept will be how much? ये dx का जो कंपोनेंट परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में होगा लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स के, that will give you the distance. So that distance will be dx sin theta, because here we have considered this angle as the theta angle. So this will be dx sine theta. So the flux cut by the conductor in this for this configuration of the system will be again VA, and A is your area swept by the conductor, right? So d phi will be equal to B L dx sine theta, right? तो फिर यहाँ से निकाल सकते हो, you can calculate the total induced EMF in the conductor. So using Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, you will get this type of expression if there is some angle through which the conductor is moving in the magnetic field, right? तो डिफरेंस सिर्फ ये है, यहाँ पे था तुम्हारा BLV, यहाँ पे आ गया BLV sin theta, right? Because of the angle of rotation of the conductor. So this is also the dynamical induced EMF for this configuration of the system when the conductor is moving at some angle with respect to the direction of the magnetic flux, right? Now another type of induced EMF is your statically induced EMF, right? So the EMF induced in a coil when both the coil and the magnetic field systems are stationary, ठीक है? जब दोनों स्टेशनरी है, प्रीवियस केस में क्या था डायनेमिकल इंड्यूस्ड ईएमएफ के केस में, either of the coil or the magnetic field was rotating, right? But here you have both stationary, but the magnetic flux linking with the coil changes is called statically induced EMF. देखो rotating magnetic flux or field and time varying flux, इस दोनों में डिफरेंस होता है. क्या डिफरेंस होता है ये बताओ. एक एग्जांपल कोई दो जहां पे फ्लक्स टाइम वेरिंग हो सकता है.
जैसे कैपेसिटर चार्ज हो जाता है तो उसके अंदर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड टाइम वेरिंग होगी, तो फ्लक्स टाइम वेरिंग रहेगा.
कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस तुम्हारा मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स कहां से आ गया, पहले ये बताओ.
नहीं सर, अगर मतलब जैसे उसमें इलेक्ट्रिक करंट अगर टाइम वेरिंग रहेगा कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस, तो उसकी प्लेट्स के बीच की मैग्नेटिक फील्ड भी टाइम वेरिंग रहेगी.
नहीं, वहां पे इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फील्ड का कंसेप्ट होता है, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का नहीं होता है कैपेसिटर के अक्रॉस. Here you can consider the example of a simple coil, right? So suppose if we apply any sinusoidal input voltage across any coil having n number of turns, whatever may be the number of turns, right? So when you apply sinusoidal voltage, that is time varying in nature. You know that sinusoidal voltage जो होता है वो V is equal to suppose Vm sin omega t. So with respect to time, the instantaneous value of the input voltage will be varying in nature. Sinusoidal characteristics को flow करेगा, पहले increase करेगा, then it will reach the peak value, and then again it will come down to zero and it will go to the negative half cycle, right? So due to the sinusoidal input voltage, your current flowing through the coil will be also time varying in nature. Current will be also sinusoidal. So the sinusoidal current, when it will flow through the inductor or any coil, then it will produce a flux, right? So the flux will be also time varying in nature. Phi is equal to phi m sin omega t. ठीक है? So due to the variation of the flux at different instant of time, the instantaneous value of the flux will be also different at different instant of time. T का वैल्यू मान लो कुछ है, ओमेगा टी का वैल्यू सपोज पाई बाय 4 है, then pi, it may be pi by 2, it may be pi, and so on. So depending upon the instantaneous value of the flux, the EMF induced in that coil will be also variable, right? तो इस तरह से जो EMF induced होता है, that is known as statically induced EMF. So you can consider the example of such type of induced EMF in case of transformers, right? We will see later on how in case of transformers the static EMF is induced across the different coils, primary and secondary coils. Now there may be two types of statically induced EMF. First one is your self-induced EMF, and the second one is mutually induced EMF. So we have already discussed about the principle of both self-induction and mutual induction in the last class, right? So here you can see the application or example of self-induced EMF. So we have a magnetic material. Suppose this is a rectangular one is your magnetic material on which we have placed a coil or wound a coil, right? So across this coil we have applied a battery, right? So you can apply here a AC source also, because if you will just apply a battery, then it means it will supply a DC voltage, and if this resistance is not present in the system, then the current flowing through the system will be also DC in nature. So DC current will produce the flux through this coil, right? Flux produce होगा जब DC current इसमें flow होगा तो, but EMF will not induce because DC flux तुम्हारा क्या है? Static in nature. It is neither time varying not revolving in nature. It is a constant flux. So if the flux will be constant, then d phi by dt will be equal to 0. Rate of change of flux क्या होगा? That will be 0. So in that case, your EMF is not going to produce. So here you will have to consider one AC source. Just a minute. हाँ sir. Okay, so आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you will apply AC source across the terminals of this coil, then the current will be also AC in nature. So this will produce a time varying flux. These are the time varying flux lines of force, right? So there will be a rate of change of flux through this conductor, and hence EMF will induce. So this type of EMF induced in the conductor across the conductor will give you the or will be the self-induced EMF, right? मतलब कंडक्टर के खुद के करंट की वजह से जितना EMF जनरेट हो across that coil, that will be the self-induced EMF. हेलो, एक क्लास में थे दीपान जी, बताएं. ठीक ठीक ठीक, ओके. So this is the same explanation of the self-induced EMF. The direction of induced voltage is such that it will oppose the cause producing it. This is your Lenz law. So rate of change of flux depends upon the rate of change of current, right? So E is equal to your basically d phi by dt, right? ये d phi by dt होगा, ये गलत हो गया है. Rate of change of flux यहाँ पे होगा. This will be flux. So therefore this will be d phi. चलो इसको मैं चेंज करूंगा. E is directly proportional to d phi by dt. Therefore E will be equal to phi will be equal to L di by dt, right? L di because inductance is your constant, so E will be equal to L di by dt. ये flux होगा, di by dt नहीं होगा, d phi by dt होगा, where L is your self inductance of the coil, right? So I hope you understood this property of self-induced EMF. Now we will talk about this mutually induced EMF. We have already discussed about the mutual induction principle. Just in another form you can understand that suppose here we have a piece of magnetic material on which two coils are placed. These two coils, this is the first coil having N1 number of turns, and this is a second coil having N2 number of turns. So the number of turns are different, and these two coils are electrically isolated from each other. Means there is not any electrical contact, physical contact between these two coils having N1 and N2 number of turns, right? But they are placed on a same magnetic material, right? So again, when we will apply AC voltage across the terminals of suppose coil N1 having N1 number, A coil के across अगर if we will apply the sinusoidal voltage, then again the current will start flowing through this coil, and this current will develop a flux that will be sinusoidal in nature. So due to the principle of self induction, some EMF will induce across the coil A. ठीक है, ये तो अभी हम लोग पिछले स्लाइड में डिस्कस किए. Now, due to the current flowing through the coil A, which is I1, some flux has been developed. ये जो flux था, so when this flux will link the second coil, जो B coil है, because it is placed on the same magnetic material, and you know that flux always approaches the least reluctance path. So here it will get the least reluctance path through this magnetic material. So when the generated flux due to the current I1 will link this turns of the second coil, which is B, then again rate of change of flux will be there through the coil B, right? So when rate of change of flux will be there, hence EMF will induce. So you can say that the EMF is induced across the coil B due to the current flowing through the another coil, right? So this is your mutual induction principle, and hence the EMF generated or developed across the second coil B is your mutually induced EMF. So on this principle, your transformer basically works. We will see when we will discuss the transformer working principle, right? So the same thing is written. Mutually induced EMF is the EMF induced in a coil due to the change of flux produced by another coil linking with it. ठीक है. So now here we will discuss in this slide. We will discuss about the magnetization property or magnetization curve of any magnetic material. This can be explained with the help of the BH curve, which all of you know, and some people have also performed the experiment related to OCC, open circuit characteristics, on a DC machine. So it is also applicable for the transformers also. So you know that any magnetic material is basically made up of different components of magnetic dipoles, which is also known as grains. ये स्लाइड दिख रहा है मैग्नेटाइजेशन कर्व वाला?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो इसमें जैसे देखो कि मान लो कि कोई एक मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल है, दिस इज योर मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल, right? So when this magnetic material is not excited, ठीक है, means when it is just ideally placed, then it consists of different dipoles or grains. ये जो dipoles grains है, these are basically your combination of north and south poles magnets. ये randomly placed रहते हैं.
सर आप जो लिख रहे हैं सो नहीं दिख रहा है.
अच्छा, ये एक अलग समस्या है, टैब आज है नहीं. चलो देखते हैं, कुछ मैनेज करते हैं. जस्ट अ मिनट. अभी दिख रहा है?
यस सर.
ओके. सो देखो यहाँ पे ये सेम, दोनों को तुम सेम एज्यूम कर सकते हो कि सपोज दिस ये रेड से जो इनक्लोज्ड है, दिस इज योर एनी मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल. सो व्हेन दिस मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल इज just ideally placed, that is it is not excited with the help of any source, then this is the property of the magnetic material, that is all the dipoles or grains are randomly placed inside the magnetic material, right? ये देख सकते हो कि एक इधर झुका हुआ है, एक ऊपर की ओर है, मतलब random orientation is there. So basically these arrow is your magnetic dipoles. जैसे एक dipole का मतलब हो गया एक north and south pole, ठीक है. Now if we excite this magnetic material, excite करने का मतलब suppose if we provide any coil on this magnetic material and then if we apply the voltage across that coil, then current will start flowing through that coil. When current will flow through that coil, it will produce a flux, right? So what will happen, due to the external excitation of the magnetic material, all the dipoles will get aligned in the same direction, right? So the best property of the magnetic material can be represented by this figure, जो नीचे वाला figure है, when all the dipoles or grains are aligned in the same direction, left से right या फिर right से left हो जाए, ठीक है, depending upon the position of the north and south pole, north किधर है, south किधर है. So when all the dipoles or grains are aligned in the same direction, so in that case you will get the best property of a magnetic material. That is, the property of that magnetic material cannot be enhanced further, right? So depending upon the strength of the external excitation source, the property can be changed for any magnetic material. So now here, come back to this BH curve. So when this H is basically related to or directly proportional to current, right? You know that H is equal to Ni by L. ये हम लोग जो अभी से 2-3 क्लास पहले derive किए थे, right? And B is your directly proportional to flux, right? So this when the current or the strength of the magnetic field, or that is the magnetic field intensity से इसको जो represent किए थे H, when it will increase, तो होगा क्या, या फिर करंट अगर इंक्रीज करेंगे because H is directly proportional to I, so this flux will linearly increase. फ्लक्स डेंसिटी वेक्टर जिसको B से रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं वो linearly increase कर रहा है, ठीक है. Now after some point there will be saturation of the magnetic material. So this lower figure basically represents your saturation. Means saturation के टाइम जो मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल का प्रॉपर्टी होगा, the property of the magnetic material at the time of saturation. So this saturation means now all the dipoles has been oriented in the same direction, right? So further the strength of the magnetic field cannot be increased. That's why the magnetic material saturates. Every magnetic material has the saturation property, right? So this is your magnetization curve. So initially when you will increase the value of the current flowing through the coil through which the magnetic material is excited, there will be increase in the magnetic field density, and then it will linearly increase, and after certain point it will saturate, right? So in this way the magnetization curve can be explained. Now there are some property of the magnetic material which can be explained with the help of this hysteresis loop. ये तुम लोग आई थिंक सब पढ़े होंगे 12th में या कहीं, और hysteresis loss क्या होता है, hysteresis loop क्या होता है, इस hysteresis area जो होता है, this will give you the hysteresis loss. So again the same thing is that there are some terms. So in order to understand this hysteresis loop, let us consider this system for which this hysteresis loop has been drawn or developed. So here we have a magnetic material, कोई magnetic material का core बना हुआ है, on which on one limb we have just provided the coils, ठीक है, coil को wound किया गया है. Now we have applied the EMF or external source across these two terminals, input terminals. So due to which a current will flow, which will develop the flux. ये तुमको flux का line दिख रहा है, ठीक है. So this flux will flow through this magnetic material. This is the mean path of this magnetic flux developed due to the flow of this current, right? So again the same thing, as you will increase the strength of the input current, then there will be a continuous increase in the property of the magnetic material. It will reach the saturation zone. Now further, if you will reduce the magnitude of the current, then it is not going to follow the same path, right? Due to the retentivity property of any magnetic material, right? जैसे कि यहाँ पे कहने का मतलब ये है, जस्ट ए मिनट, इसको फिर से लिखना पड़ेगा कुछ, वो तो दिखेगा नहीं इसमें, फिर बैक करेंगे. सपोज दिस इज योर साइनसॉइडल इनपुट, ये वोल्टेज का है सपोज E, so the current will be also करंट कुछ होगा इस तरह से। Here you can see that this EMF is sinusoidal in nature, so there will be some lag between the voltage and current. यहाँ ये जीरो से नहीं शुरू होगा, पहले थोड़ा पीछे जाएगा करंट ड्यू टू द इंडक्टिव प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द कॉइल। सो if you will increase the value of the current, जैसे gradually increase करेगा, जीरो से बढ़ता जाएगा, then it will reach a peak value, so accordingly the property of the magnetic material will increase, right? अब पीक पे पहुंचने के बाद, फर्स्ट पीक पे पहुंचने के बाद it will reduce down towards zero, ये रिड्यूस करता गया करता गया करता गया, ठीक है। ये सेम पाथ को फॉलो नहीं किया, ठीक है। दिस इज योर hysteresis property, right, due to the retentivity of any magnetic material. और ये क्यों होता है? This is due to the Earth's magnetic field. One of the reason is that because due to the presence of Earth's magnetic field, there will be some orientation of the magnetic dipoles present inside the magnetic material, even if we decrease the magnitude of current to zero. तो यहाँ से यही दिख रहा है कि करंट के वैल्यू को जब जीरो भी कर दिए, even in that condition we have some flux density, right? उसके बाद फर्दर जब नेगेटिव एक्सिस में गए, देन इट रीचेस दिस पॉइंट, फिर जब पॉजिटिव एक्सिस में करंट बढ़ना शुरू होगा अनदर साइकिल में, सेकेंड साइकिल में, देन दिस विल फॉलो द सेम पाथ, ठीक है। So these are some properties: retentivity, residual magnetism or residual flux, then coercive forces. So these things I hope all of you know. So इसको ज्यादा जो है डिटेल में डिस्कस करने की जरूरत नहीं है। अब जैसे कि रेसिडुअल फ्लक्स हो गए, तो रेसिडुअल फ्लक्स का मतलब होता है कि व्हेन योर मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ द करंट इज इक्वल टू जीरो, इन दैट कंडीशन आल्सो देयर विल बी सम अमाउंट ऑफ फ्लक्स। जैसे कि इसको फिर से ड्रॉ करके बताऊं मेरे को, इसको फिर से स्लाइड मोड में ले जाना पड़ेगा। So in this curve you can see that when the value of the current is zero, in that condition also you have some value of the flux और voltage। तो ये जो मान लो कि फ्लक्स है, उसकी वजह से कुछ वोल्टेज भी जनरेट होगा, तो उस वोल्टेज को बोलते हैं रेसिडुअल वोल्टेज। सो रेसिडुअल वोल्टेज का यही डिफिनीशन होता है, इवन इफ द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ करंट थ्रू एनी मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल इज जीरो, in that condition also it will exhibit some magnetic property, due to which a voltage will be there. It will have a very less value. Nearly the value of the residual voltage is around 0.6 volt or 0.7 volt, which is very less, right? So कुछ flux exist करता है even if the magnitude of the current is zero. That flux is known as residual flux, and due to the voltage generated due to the residual flux is known as your residual voltage. So ये सब चीज बेसिक है, ये तुम लोगों को पता होगा। नाउ दिस इज हिस्टेरिसिस एंड एडी करंट लॉस, ये भी पढ़े ही होगे तुम लोग, लेकिन जस्ट एक बार देख लो कि सपोज हियर वी हैव ए magnet pole pair, that is north and south pole. Suppose here it is just a permanent magnet, it may be electromagnet also, on which we can place the winding and create the north and south pole, and the internal circle represents your armature, right, on which some which is made of magnetic material. So you know the property of magnetic material, that it consists of different dipoles, right? So the orientation of the dipoles changes after each half rotation, ठीक है। मतलब कि मान लो कि जब इसको एक्साइट करेंगे हम लोग फील्ड कॉइल को, then what will happen, your this dipole, suppose this is a dipole AB, so its orientation will be changed to BA at this position, that is 180 degree rotation के बाद, मान लो कि ये AB को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, so this is your BA. So the orientation of the magnetic dipoles reverses after each half cycle, right? तो इस प्रोसेस में जितना एनर्जी लॉस होता है, that is your hysteresis loss, right? Same thing is written here. Magnetic circuit is subjected to magnetic field reversals as it passes under successive poles, right? So जैसे कि इनिशियल ओरिएंटेशन ये है डाइपोल्स का, अब क्या होगा जब एक्साइट करेंगे, then there will be a condition when all the dipoles will alignment will be from left towards right side. Again after half rotation or 180 degree rotation, the orientation of the dipoles will be from right towards left. तो इस प्रोसेस में जो एनर्जी लॉस होता है, that is your hysteresis loss, and the power loss associated with that energy loss is known as hysteresis power loss, right? So some amount of power has been spent to reverse the molecular magnets in the armature core continuously, so it is considered as a loss. The loss of power in the core due to the hysteresis effect is called hysteresis loss. Now the same loss you can also determine from this curve, right? BH curve. ये जो लूप बना है hysteresis loop, इसका जब एरिया कैलकुलेट करेंगे, एरिया कवर्ड बाय दिस लूप, so this will give you basically the energy loss due to hysteresis effect. So the power associated with that hysteresis energy loss will give you the hysteresis power loss, right? Any confusion from this section? बताओ.
नो सर.
ओके. इसी तरह से ईडी कर, ये सब मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन जो है हिस्टेरेसिस लॉस का और ईडी करंट लॉस का, ये हम लोग ट्रांसफार्मर में पढ़ेंगे, बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ ट्रांसफार्मर्स आल्सो दिस इज मेड अप ऑफ मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल. तो कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं हिस्टेरेसिस लॉस, ईडी करंट लॉस, डिफरेंट कंपोनेंट्स क्या होता है, जस्ट अभी जो है सो कंसेप्ट समझो, कैलकुलेशन पार्ट वी विल सी इन द ट्रांसफार्मर. So same thing is with eddy currents, eddy current loss also. Eddy current loss को अगर अभी मतलब शॉर्ट में अंडरस्टैंड करें, मतलब देखें हम लोग, तो ऐसे है कि सपोज दिस इज ए कोर, transformer core on which we have two windings, primary winding and secondary winding, right? So this core is made up of laminated sheets. ठीक है, thin laminations are used to create the cross section of the rectangular core of the transformer. Similarly, for any armature which is used in any rotating machines like DC machines or induction motors or synchronous machines, you have thin laminated sheets. ये एक front view से अगर देखोगे इस core को, तो you will get this type of area of cross section. So n number of these thin laminated sheets are combined and stacked together in order to form the complete cross section of this cylindrical rotor or armature for the rotating type of machines, right? So these thin laminated sheets in both the cases are used only to reduce the eddy current loss in the machine. So now what is the eddy current loss? उसको समझने के लिए ऐसे तुम लोग इसको देखो कि यहाँ पे when we will supply the input voltage across the primary winding of the transformer, then a current will flow through this coil. So this current will produce a flux, right? So this flux basically passes through the core, common core material, because it has the less reluctance path. It offers the less reluctance path. So now, since this magnetic material is also made up of some suppose soft iron piece or a steel, which is a magnetic material basically, so that flux will also induce some EMF across the on the cross sections of the common core, because ये भी एक magnetic material है. So now first case, suppose when we have a solid piece of core, then due to the rate of change of flux, some EMF will induce on the surface, right? So that EMF will cause a current to flow on the surface of this core. So that current is basically circulating current, right? And the loss, power loss associated with that circulating current is known as eddy current loss. उस circulating current को eddy current बोलते हैं. अब इसको थोड़ा डायग्राम से समझना पड़ेगा, तो रुको डायग्राम बनाएंगे इसका। Suppose here this is a cross section of the transformer core. This is your flux. This flux will cause EMF, due to which IC, circulating current, will be generated. Now second case, इसमें थोड़ा दिक्कत होता है, टैब रहने पे होता है, at the same time you can do that. अब इसमें दिखता क्यों नहीं, I don't know. बताओ भाई, तुम लोगों को ज्यादा पता होगा क्यों नहीं दिखता है इसको। जब स्क्रीन मोड में करते हैं तो जो लिखते हैं वो दिखता नहीं है। डेस्कटॉप पे ओके चलो। तो नाउ
हेलो सर, हेलो सर।
हाँ
सर इसको वैसे कर सकते हैं, इसको पीडीएफ
हाँ,
में सेव करके और फिर पीडीएफ खोल के वहाँ पे सर पेन से एडिट करके लिख सकते हैं, मतलब इसमें नहीं दिक्कत होगी शायद।
अच्छा इसका पीडीएफ बना लो
सर। सेव एज उसमें ऑप्शन आता है पीडीएफ का, सेव एज पीडीएफ पीपीटी को, तो फिर उसमें नहीं होता है।
नहीं, वो तो समझ गया, वो तो बन जाता है, पीडीएफ तो बन जाएगा। अच्छा उसमें लिखने पे दिखेगा नहीं?
यस सर, दिख
चलो
जाएगा।
ट्राई करेंगे नेक्स्ट क्लास।
ओके
ठीक है, अभी देखो ये कि सपोज दिस फर्स्ट वन is a section of the transformer core which is made up of solid single piece of magnetic material. ठीक है, इसमें कोई क्रॉस सेक्शन नहीं है लैमिनेशंस का। solid magnetic material of this width has been used, right? So when flux will flow through this magnetic material, then there will be rate of change of flux through the magnetic materials. So this, due to the rate of change of flux, EMF will induce, and since these are basically a short circuited path, जो भी तुम्हारा core का cross section है वो short circuit है, right? So due to the development of EMF, a current will flow on the surface of the transformer core, right? So that current will be basically circulating in nature, right? This circulating
सर
current is
आपकी
known
आवाज
as
नहीं
your
आ रही है।
अभी आवाज आ रही है?
यस सर आ रही थी, फाइन।
Okay, so this circulating current is known as your ED current, and the power loss associated with this ED current is known as ED current loss, right? Now the main thing is that how to reduce this ED current loss. So the method is that we have to use the different laminated sheets. Means जैसे कि मान लो कि एक CRGOS sheet है, cold rolled grain oriented steel sheet है। So basically mainly these sheets are used for the development of transformer core. So for the same thickness, core के same thickness को हम लोग एक second alternate way से भी बना सकते हैं, which is your by using n number of laminated sheets. तो इसी cross section का जो है size का we use different strips of CRGOS magnetic material, and these are combined and stacked together, and all any two adjacent laminated sheets are insulated from each other with the help of any insulating material, for example say varnish, right? So जितने भी magnetic material हैं they are insulated from each other, दोनों के बीच में एक layer होता है insulator का, right? Then what will happen again when the coil will be excited, then some flux will flow through this different laminated sheets or surface of the magnetic material, right? उस flux की वजह से कुछ current develop होगा on the surface of each and every laminated sheets, thin laminated sheets, right? तो उसकी वजह से फिर कुछ EMF develop होगा, and that EMF will cause some circulating current on the surface of each and every laminated sheet. But in this condition, since the effective area of this type of configuration is less compared to the previous one when a single core section was used, therefore the magnitude of the power loss due to eddy current will be very less, right? So this is the reason why laminated sheets are used to in any core, right? Why laminated sheets are used? The main reason is to reduce the eddy current loss, right? अब एरिया कम है तो इसका मतलब क्या होगा? You know that resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. R is equal to rho L by A. Area कम होगा, then resistance will be more, and resistance will be more, then I square R will be again very less, right? So in this way, you will get the less amount of circulating current and hence less amount of this power loss, eddy current power loss, right? तो ये होता है eddy current loss. इसको डिटेल में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे ट्रांसफार्मर में, मैथमेटिक्स के बारे में इसके कैसे एक्सप्रेस किया जाता है. So all these things we will study. Now we have already discussed about this leakage flux. Leakage flux जैसे कि अभी तक हम लोग क्या डिस्कस करते आए हैं कि जितना अमाउंट ऑफ फ्लक्स यहाँ से प्रोड्यूस होता है प्राइमरी वाइंडिंग के क्रॉस जो करंट फ्लो किया, so it will develop some flux, right? So entirely that flux will link with the secondary winding, right? यहाँ पे secondary winding इसको बोला गया है. Suppose this is the AC power supply on the right side. So when V1 is applied across this primary winding, then a current I1 will flow, right? It will produce a flux, suppose phi1, right? Or phi11, ठीक है? तो ideal, in case of ideal systems, all the flux generated by this current I1 should link with the second coil, right? In that case, we will see that there is no leakage of flux in the system. But practically, there is no system in which leakage does not take place. Leakage takes place in every system, electromagnetic system, right? This is due to the different magnetic material used. So the flux which is not linked to both the winding is your leakage flux. The stray flux which does not take part in the energy conversion process is called leakage flux. The leakage flux cannot be eliminated. The effect of leakage flux is incorporated in machine models through the concept of leakage inductance, right? How it can be replaced with the help of leakage inductance, that you can understand. When leakage of the flux will take place, it means that there is some reduction in the magnitude of the flux. मान लो कि कुछ phi1 flux यहाँ develop हुआ when I1 current is flowing. So due to the leakage of the flux, what will happen? The less amount of flux will be linked with the second coil, and hence EMF developed across the second coil will be lesser. So in any electromagnetic circuit, how you can show the effect of leakage flux or this effect? जब flux कम हो गया, इसका मतलब कुछ voltage कम हो गया. So if we use any coil or inductance in the circuit, then there will be some voltage drop across that inductor, right? So ultimately the effect of leakage flux can be introduced in any electrical circuit with the help of reactance, right? Having some inductance value. That inductance value will be basically your leakage inductance value, right? So this is the property of a leakage flux. Then again, fringing property, which is related to the reduction of the field strength in the air gap of the magnetic material, right? So the flux in a magnetic circuit fringes outwards while passing through the air gap. ये पता होगा तुम लोगों को कि जैसे कि suppose again I will have to write something. जैसे कि मान लो कि यहाँ लेफ्ट वन वाला नॉर्थ पोल है, यहाँ राइट वाला पोल साउथ पोल का है. So when this flux will just come out from this north pole, then it will what will happen? It will fringe towards the outer side through the air gap, right? So this results in a non-uniform flux density in the air gap, enlargement of air gap area and reduction in the flux density in the air gap. So this phenomena is known as fringing, basically related to the air gap used in any electrical machines, right? It's a basic property of magnetic material ka. So with this, these are the different magnetic materials can be classified into hard magnetic material or soft magnetic materials. So normally soft magnetic materials are preferred, which is made up of iron and its alloys with nickel, cobalt, tungsten, and aluminium. Right. So this is all about your magnetic material and the properties and the various laws used in the magnetic material. So I will share this slide today. If you have any doubt, you can ask now, or you can go through the slide. If you have any confusion or if you want any discussion on any topic, you can always do that. Right. From next class onwards, we will start this single phase transformer. Right. So any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.